So let's go ahead and practice using AMIs. For this, I'm going to launch an instance and I'm going to go into this new experience. So I will scroll down, we'll choose Amazon Linux 2. I will scroll down again, we'll use the T2 Micro. I will select the EC2 tutorial as my key pair, but it doesn't really matter. Then I will scroll down, I would edit the network settings, and I will select an existing security group, being my Launch Wizard 1 from before. Then we'll have the same storage, and for advanced details, I will scroll down and I'll go for user data. But this time, you're going to copy everything but the last line. So in the first 4 lines, we actually install HTTPD, which is the Apache web server. And then the last line, we create an index file. But right now, we don't want to create an index file. We want to do everything but that to create an AMI out of it. So we just copy everything. Remember, the last line is the systemctl command. And then we launch our instance. So our instance is launched, and what's going to happen is that the instance is going to launch, so it's right here, and then it's going to run through the EC2 user data script, and it's going to install the Apache web server. So if I'm too quick and I try to open right now this public IPv4 and try to enter into it, as you can see, it doesn't work. I'll get a connection error, a refuse, and so on. I need to make sure I'm also using the HTTP protocol, of course. But it just won't work, right? Because you need to give it a bit of time. Even if it says running, you need to give it time for the EC2 user data script to run for the first time. So this might take a minute, this might take 2 minutes, okay? But don't be in a rush, just wait for it to be done. And then at some point when you refresh, you will see the screen. So let me pause the video. And it took about 2 minutes, but now I have my test page, and this is the basic page from the Apache web server. And therefore we are good to go. So what we're going to do out of it is we're going to create an AMI because we want to just save the state of our EC2 instance and reuse that. So I right click and I will do image and template, and then I will create an image. So we'll call this one demo image, and we're going to create our own AMI. And then we have these settings right here. We'll just leave it as is. Go here and click on create image. So now what's going to happen is that an AMI is going to be created. So if I go to the left-hand side and click on AMIs, as we can see here, my demo AMI is registered. And right now the status is pending because it is being created. So what I need to do is to be a little bit patient and for it to go into the created state. So my Amazon AMI is now created. And what I can do now is I can launch instances from this AMI by clicking here. Or if you are in the instance creation page, we can launch instances. And this one is called from AMI. And in here, in the quick start, we get access to the ones we know, but you can also go into the My AMIs tab, okay? And you have the ones owned by me, and you can choose the demo image that you just created from before. So in that case, you scroll down, you select a key pair or not, just up to you. Network settings, again, we edit them, and we just select the existing Launch Wizard 1 security group. And what I'm going to do is that in the advanced, at the very bottom, I'm going to enter some user data. So I copy the first 3 lines, okay, which are starting with a hash, and then the last line, which is the echo on the new line. And so what we do is that we only just write a new file. So we don't need to reinstall HTTPD because this AMI already contains HTTPD, which is why we will speed up in the boot up time. This is why you would create an AMI. So we launch an instance, and now the instance is launched. So I can just click on it. This is the one from the AMI. I need to wait for it to be fully created. My instance from my AMI is now running. I take the public IP address, and then I see the hello world from this. And as you can see, this was much quicker because we didn't have to install HTTPD again. So this is the whole power of AMIs. And you can imagine, well, it could be just more than that. It could be security software, a lot of prerequisite software, and so on. You install it, maybe it takes 2-3 minutes to do it. Then you package it as an AMI, and then you just start from the AMI, maybe do some end customization at the end, but you have a much faster boot up and you're good to go. So let's say for this demo, now to get back from this, what you do is that you take your 2 instances and you can terminate them. And that's it. I will see you in the next lecture.